morning, and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Stu Nyman. I'm here with Andrew Bleckman. We're pleased to welcome you to this Friday matinee performance. We have 9 games for you beginning at noon. In addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action, each of today's games offers win, place, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. And for those of you not familiar with those terms, there's always Google. Just kidding. We'll explain them to you throughout the course of today's performance. In addition to those standard parimutuel terms, we have a pick 3 that begins in Game 4, the high-paying High 5 jackpot that begins in Game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee, and the all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot beginning in Game 1. The High 5 is a pick 5. You correctly pick the winners of games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That jackpot is guaranteed at a minimum $2,000. In fact, it survived yesterday, so we have right about $2,000. We're well on our way to $2,000. One way or the other, that's the least you can win if you hit today's High 5. And with that Mighty Ocho, that's a pick 8. If you want to take a shot at the Mighty Ocho, that you have to begin now. Those wagers are due by the beginning of Game 1. Online wagering is available at watchandwager.com, or if you're in Connecticut, mywinners.com. However, placing bets is not necessary to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. We do have 2 scratches in today's performance. Once again, we have 2 scratches in today's performance. Vuelo and CRB have been scratched in all their scheduled appearances today. Once again, Vuelo and CRB have been scratched in all their scheduled appearances today. This is going to be a complete rundown of the scratches of Vuelo and CRB game by game, which affects the first half of today's performance. Let's begin. Game 1, Post 1, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Anderluck. Game 1, Post 1, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Anderluck. Game 1, Post 6, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Ben. Game 1, Post 6, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Ben. Game 2, Post 2, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ikeda. Game 2, Post 2, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ikeda. Game 2, Post 3, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Anderluck. Game 2, Post 3, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Anderluck. Game 3, Post 1, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Ben. Game 3, Post 1, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Ben. Game 3, Post 5, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Bueno. Game 3, Post 5, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Bueno. Game 4, Post 4, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ben. Game 4, Post 4, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ben. Game 4, Post 6, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Bueno. Game 4, Post 6, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Vuelo. Then finally in Game 5, Post 7, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Tennessee. Game 5, Post 7, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Tennessee. That's the scratch of Vuelo and CRB as they affect today's performance in its entirety. Affects games 1 through 5. After that, we're free and clear. So with all that in mind, make those wagers. If you are wagering with us today, as early as possible within scheduled post times. We don't want you walking up to a mutual window at a OTB and saying, what? I can't place the bet? How did I get shut out? Just make the bet. And if you're betting at home, make it as soon as possible. One way or the other, we hope that you enjoy all that we do have in store for you today. Andrew, how are you?
Stu, doing well. Back here for another day and getting some questions about fantasy early, and we'll clear that up with the substitutes. Again there, no CRB, no Vuelo here today. The guys that substitute for those players will get all their fantasy points. And speaking about why the sub opportunities may or may not be equal, well, I am not the matchmaker. I do not handle anything with the program there.
That is in the realm.
But
who plays in
but
what
that is
game?
Stu.
Yes, no,
Stu.
fantasy fantasy is important, but fantasy is, I believe the appropriate word is adjunct.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantasy
I think that's
is-
a good way to describe it. Thank you,
Fantasy
Stu.
is
Yeah.
adjunct, and I'm glad it's something we're able to do.
Right.
However, where someone plays in the program, who substitutes, how many games they've played total throughout the season, what their standings are in the season, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that's all within the realm of what goes on in the
And their
highlight side.
prices are determined based on the entries at the beginning of the week. No subs, no nothing like that. So all those are given. The early guys are playing their early games. The late guys are playing their late games, and the middle guys are playing their games. So those values are made up at the beginning of the week. They don't change, in fairness to everyone, given that some people may make their picks on Monday, and then we don't want to raise the values or lower them on Wednesday, the day before we start. So substitutes, we understand it's a little bit tricky, but Stu, the way he said it there, it is something that, we're running along with this program, but, we're here for the highlight. The fantasy is a good little fun part of it. And it's kind of like in other fantasy sports there. If you have a guy that, is out, he gets injured there, it's kind of an unfortunate situation, but you do not get the points. And
No, and we also we will not be seeing, I can tell you this for advance, if you want to think about this for the future, the scratches. We will not see Douglas substituting in game one unless we've run out of players. We will not see Ron substituting in game one unless we've run out of players. So those are the things that you also want to include in that type of thinking. So no, it's not equal amongst all players. Same reason why their prices in fantasy aren't equal.
right,
amongst all players.
and we'll say don't shoot the messenger as well here. We are just these are the
They can
scratches.
take shots. It's okay. We're happy. We're happy to take.
No, we're
it.
glad. Look, and we're just happy to have that fantasy game for you, and we have a special update on that coming for you. So look out for that. That is some exciting news with fantasy, but we got some highlight to get into today. First 8 games of this 9-game performance will be spectacular. 7 scoring, and this video will explain it all for you. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And so we'll give you an update on Thursday's performances here. We had 2 9-game singles yesterday. And leading the standings here, no surprise guy at the top, Douglas, 4 wins, 1 show, 2 quad finishes for Douglas there. Usually doesn't end up in 4th place, but snuck out 2 in those superfecta games. He's in the lead for that Golden Cesta. That's the Player of the Week award given to the player that earns the most singles wins each week. And in 2nd place, you got Ben there. He actually has 3 wins. All 3 of those wins are perfect games. So we'll see how those
I'm going to interrupt
goes.
you for just a second.
We got
since
more
we do have 2
important notes,
scratches.
yes.
So in game 1, just real quick, game 1, post 1, scratch Wello, replace Wello with Anderluck. Game 1, post 1, scratch Wello, replace Wello with Anderluck. Game 1, post 6, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Ben. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to screw you up like that. I'm sorry. We always like to, announcing wise, especially when you can't just look at the bottom of the page when there's 2 substitutes, we always like to announce them at least 3 times before each game.
That was the rule. I remember last year that was the thing. Three times you announce them at the beginning.
You do them
middle.
at the beginning of the performance and then twice before each game.
Yep, and then right at the 1 minute or 2 minute mark there is the last update. But no, always cut me off there, Stu. We're talking about the standings. Douglas in the lead. He has 4 wins. Ben has 3 wins this week. A couple guys tied at 2. You have Ikeda, who's subbing in a couple of these earlier games as well. Could add to his win total. Carballo picked up 2 wins, and Legend also 2 wins in some of these earlier games. So see if Legend can add to his total here, as well as Ben. Both of those guys will be playing here in this first game, game number 1. Which looks like now, if I'm not mistaken, Stu, we may be ready to begin.
All right, let's begin. Game time.
And with that, we are ready to begin this Friday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City. This is our first game, a spectacular 7 singles match, played to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of Post 1, substituting for Vuelo, is Anderluck. Receiving in the blue shirt of Post 2, Tennessee. Our first matchup is Anderluck and Tennessee. There's the serve. We begin game 1. Scoop attempt missed. Forehand Rebote makes it up. One-handed grab missed. Point 2. Tennessee up on the board. First point for the day. And Anderluck apparently doesn't want to hear it. It's his prerogative. White shirt at Post 3. Here's Juice. Tennessee dropped it. Point 3. Our next matchup has Juice serving to the green shirt at Post 4, El Barba. Catch by El Barba. El Barba passes from the forehand. It's a 3-wall play. Smart play by Juice. Not going for that. Point 4. El Barba now serves to the black shirt at Post 5. Here's Fred. That ball hit the overhead screen. Point 4. Our next matchup has El Barba serving to Ben. He substitutes for CRB in the yellow of Post 6. Nice forehand rebote by El Barba. He makes the save. Here's Ben. Rebote forehand. That cleared the overhead screen. Big bounce brought down by Ben at the 12 line. Ben on the rebote. Nice pickup by El Barba. Almost. Ball missed on the forehand. Point 6. Our next matchup will have Ben serving to the pink shirt of Post 7. Here's Jedin. It's a beautiful backhand throw by Jedin, wall-to-wall, and scoring. Point 7. Now receiving, purple shirt at Post 8 to complete the first round of play. We have Legend. Catch by Jedin. Strong backhand to the outside. Legend on the move. Makes a rebote 2-all for a big bounce. Just got him under the bridge. Point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return in our second round, red shirt of Post 1, Anderluck. Point 8. Here's Post 2, Tennessee. Great catch by Tennessee. Nice throw to the inside. Legend comes up with it. Forehand rebote by Tennessee. Makes the touch. Backhand by Legend. Rebote by Tennessee. Legend throws it low and hard to the inside. Tennessee's there on a great catch. Nice backhand. Caught in the air by Legend. Tennessee on the rebote. Went down to a knee to make that play. That's interesting. Cortada's high and stopped deep in the backcourt by Tennessee. Tennessee, rebote to the inside. Legend on the run. He's there. Tennessee now from the 9 line. Low and hard. Good catch by Legend. Wow, that's going to score for Tennessee. That's a well-played point by Tennessee and Legend. Point 2. White shirt opposed 3 receives. This matchup has Tennessee serving to Juice. Beautiful rebote save. Big bounce brought down by Tennessee. Tennessee with a placement play. Juice got up there, just got it off. Tennessee makes the catch. Hard back to the middle of the court. Juice is there. Cortada by Juice, catch by Tennessee. Ball tipped, point 2. Another well-played point here for Tennessee. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Fred. Tennessee with a great catch and a little hop off the wall to boot. There's a backhand, comes out of the Chula. Fred's rebote is a little wild, point 2. Point and game, ladies and gentlemen, a well-earned game to the blue shirt of post 2, Tennessee. 8 places, 4 shows. Unofficial order finish, 2-8-4. Well, I'd say we're off to a good start. That was an exciting first game.
Some long rallies there. That one with Legend in Tennessee.
Not, particularly pretty form-wise.
Sure,
I mean,
right.
Look, the truth of the matter is that Legend, he's out there to win. He's out there. He's not concerned about how his reverse looks. He's not concerned about his forehand look. He is concerned about stopping the ball and making those catches.
Right.
So let's take form out of it, which is fine. He played great. That point with Tennessee was terrific. And Juice came out there swinging. Overall good. The official result is 2-8-4. The official result for game 1, and here are your prices. The Quinella, 2-8. That's first and second in any order, so that's 2-8 or 8-2, $78 even. Trifecta, 2-8-4, $377.80. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our second game, a spectacular 7 singles match. It's played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There are 2 scratches in Game 2. Game 2, Post 2, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ikeda. Game 2, Post 2, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ikeda. Game 2, Post 3, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Anderluck. Game 2, Post 3, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Anderluck. Post time for Game 2 is now just 7 minutes away. Good luck.
And for those new fans that may be joining us, confused at what exactly is going on with this sport, well, we have this explanation video that will explain in simpler terms how the sport of Jai-Alai here is played. Take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And that was Tennessee that won last game. His first win of the week, actually, for number 37 on the season now. 35 wins for him. He's just one behind a three-way tie there. You got Kubala, Carballo, and Ikeda all tied at 36 wins. Tennessee at 35, and Ben right there at 33. And you got Ikeda coming up here in game number 2, looking to potentially break that tie, getting a little bit earlier game due to the scratch here of Vuelo. And a guy, look, also missed a couple of weeks here, so needs to take advantage of any game he can get, playing out of an advantageous post, blue shirt to post 2.
Once again, reminder of our scratches for Game 2. Game 2, post 2, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ikeda. Game 2, post 3, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Anderluck.
And we were just talking about some of those guys outside of the top 3. We said here, Kubala, Carballo, Ikeda all tied in 4th place at 36 wins, but moving up into the top 3, you got Bueno. He's in 3rd place at 42 wins. Bueno's going to get a couple games here as a substitute. You'll be seeing him games 3 and 4. And you got Ikeda, as we said, they're playing in the blue shirt of post 2 in game 2. And as we said, got to take advantage of these games if you're a guy like Ikeda or Bueno, considering you get in those later games, and Douglas just seems to be, pretty dominant.
And we should give a little talk about our scratch situation, who's in, who's out. So Diaz, who's been out for quite a bit, making his return tomorrow. Very happy about that. Cool excited. Fitness. Not determined. We don't think it's going to be long. He's probably in that 2 to 3 week range, based on COVID negativity results is what we're waiting for where he's concerned. Rock had knee surgery, so his status is indefinite. Yeah. And that's probably the only response you're going to get. We have no idea when Rock is going to be back. Vuelo should be back in tomorrow's program. He is just unable to play today. Sure. And CRB is also probably in that 2 to 3 week range as far as negativity. However, he was able to test over the short term, so maybe less. Other than that, we're great. Thanks for asking. 1 minute to go in Game 2. Final reminder, the scratches. Game 2, post 2. Scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ikeda. Game 2, post 3. Scratch CRB, replace CRB with Anderluck.
All right, game time.
We are ready to begin Game 2, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Our first matchup has Legend serving to Ikeda. Legend in the red shirt of post 1 serving to Ikeda in the blue of post 2. Ikeda substitutes for Vuelo. There's the serve. We begin Game 2. It's a powerful backhand by Ikeda to start things off. Robote to the overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 2. Ikeda will now serve to the white shirt of post 3, Anderluck. Big right side by Anderluck. Robote forehand save by Ikeda. Anderluck moves up on it. Strong backhand. Robote forehand to the outside. It's mid-court, actually. Anderluck's there. Cortada scooped up by Ikeda. Robote forehand by Ikeda. Anderluck takes it on the quick bounce. Point 3. Green shirt to post 4. Fred receives. Underserve. Oh, that was an ace. Sorry. Point 3. Black shirt to post 5. Jedden receives. Good catch by Jedden. Scoop by Anderluck. He blasts the forehand. Jedden catches it. Anderluck from the right side. Powerful right side. Scores. Point 3. 3 on the board with 3 points. In our next matchup, Anderluck will serve to the yellow shirt of post 6, Juice. That was an underserve. Ball's got to land between the 4 and 7 line. This point goes to the 6. Juice on the board with 1 point in this matchup. Juice serves to the pink of post 7, El Barba. It's a beautiful forehand throw by El Barba. Karam does not open up. El Barba's got it at the 10 line. He goes deep again. Juice takes it in the air. Cortada, a long Cortada, scores on the second bounce. And the ball's gone. Point 6.
Yes, sir. Set that first.
Blow it harder.
First one. I know where it's at.
Juice has 2 points. Tennessee. No, you received Tennessee. Receiving Tennessee. Purple of post 8. Juice comes out, makes a great Robote save. Tennessee on the run, makes the catch. Goes for a Karam, big bounce. He knows it didn't work. But that didn't work either. That's scored. Point 8. No. Just concentrate on the serve. Tennessee gets the last point of the first round. All matchups are now doubled through the end of the game. Here's Legend. Ball missed off the serve. Point 8. Tennessee's got 3 points. Here's post 2. Ikeda. Nice backhand throw by Ikeda. Tennessee from the 9 line. Ikeda sets. Difficult rebote from the side wall. Point 8. Straight points to a possible game point here for post 8. Tennessee trying to stop him. Fred. Good catch by Fred. Backhands low and scoring. Point 4. Play is going to continue in our second game. This matchup has Fred serving to the returning 5 post in the black shirt. We have Jedin. Jedin from the forehand to the inside. Fred from the 9 line. Jedin makes the catch. Another hard forehand throw. Gets by Fred both ways. Point 5. Receiving post 3, the white shirt, Anderluck. Anderluck from the forehand. Hard to the inside. That ball shoots straight back down and scores. Point 3. Possible game point for the white shirt at post 3. Anderluck trying to stop him. El Barba. El Barba from the forehand. Anderluck catch on the forehand. Cox, hard throw. El Barba on the rebote. That's a nice rebote. Good catch by Anderluck to the outside. Low 3-wall play. Point and game, ladies and gentlemen, of the white shirt at post 3. Anderluck. 3 wins it, 8 places, 6, 4, and 5 will play off for 3rd place. 6 first serves to 4. Fred from the forehand, high to the front wall. Catch by Juice. Point 4. 4 with 4 points. Possible show point for Fred. Receiving, Jedin. Good catch by Jedin off a good serve by Fred. Rebote for Fred on the forehand. Too hard, too high, out of play. Point 5. We'll turn him around now. 5 serves to 4. This is show point. Catch midcourt by Jedin. Hard throw. Fred for the rebote. Forehand. Out of play. Point and a 3rd place finish for post 5, the black shirt, Jedin. Unofficial order finish for game 2, 3-8-5. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from game 2 are official. Coming in first, post 3, Anderluck. He was substituting for CRB. Taking second, post 8, Tennessee. Coming in third, post 5, Jedin. 3-8-5 is the official order finish for Game 2. There are your prices for Game 2. The Quinella, 3-8. That's first and second in any order. So 3-8 or 8-3, $21.40. Trifecta, 3-8-5. That's first, second, and third place finish. $468.20. Wow, surprising to see a... Well, he hasn't been doing very well. I was going to say, see with Anderluck on top, that's... See a $400 trifecta, but... It's good to see him back in the win column anyway.
I was going to say there, Stu, over the last, week 13, last week, didn't get any wins. First win over the last 2 weeks. That should be a huge boost for his confidence. As you said, we've talked about the mental component of it a lot, but just getting that one win, knowing what it feels like, rattling off a couple good points, couple good shots in a row, that does, so much for the confidence. And we'll see how that carries over into some of the later games there. Good to see him get a win in these earlier ones, though.
Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is our third game. It's a spectacular 7 singles match. Won't be saying doubles for another week yet, I think. It's a singles match, played at 7 points, points double after the first round of play. See, I get so excited around Game 3 that I just get all discombobulated because Game 3, as many of you know, is the beginning of the High Five, the most generous wager in all of parimutuel wagering in these United States. High Five is a pick 5. You correctly pick the winners of games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And if you do, and you're the only person having the only ticket, I guess it could be 2 people having 1 ticket if you go in as partners. That's none of our business. But there can only be 1 ticket. If you do, it's a $2,000 guarantee. And we're well over the $2,000 because as of now, there's $1,700 bet into it. So yes, we are sufficiently above the $2,000 guarantee.
And the carryover, Stu, going into it, $1,692 was the carryover plus this $1,700.
So we're over $3,000 headed towards $4,000. So $4,000 potentially up for grabs in today's High Five. Once again, the High Five is a pick 5. Correctly pick the winners of games 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for your shot at almost $4,000. Let's talk about those scratches in Game 3. Game 3, post 1, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Ben. Game 3, post 1, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Ben. Game 3, post 5, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Bueno. Game 3, post 5, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Bueno. 1, 2, 3, speak. Post time for Game 3, just 4 minutes away.
Welcome to the Robote Recap. Week 13 at Magic City Jai-Alai felt something like a homecoming, with many familiar faces making their long-awaited returns back to the fronton. As expected, the reemergence of these players resulted in an ultra-competitive and exciting week for all. In Week 13, we saw Ron continue to build on his scorching hot play and maintain his position in the lead with his addition of 7 victories to his high total of 54 singles wins. However, it must be noted that Ron's win total was slightly lower than in previous weeks, and that's due in large part to the highly anticipated return of Douglas. As expected, the Wonder Boy didn't seem to feel even the slightest bit rusty. He opened Week 13 with 34 wins and closed it out with an impressive collection of 14 wins and a new total of 48. In just 28 games played, Douglas seized the second-place position and effectively knocked Bueno into third place. As for Bueno, the second-generation Pelotari held his own against a stacked roster, capturing 2 wins to maintain his position in the all-important final bonus money slot of third place with 41 singles victories. Last year's singles runner-up Kubala now sits in fourth place with 35 victories after also managing to claim 2 hard-fought and gritty wins in Week 13. And just 1 win behind Kubala and deadlocked in a tie for 5th place is the trio of Tennessee, Ikeda, and Carballo. The lovable 37 took advantage of his appearances in the early games, finding the win column 5 times. Carballo and Ikeda battled it out in the fast-paced, thrilling feature games to add 6 and 4 singles wins, respectively. And even though he sits at a total of just 22 singles wins, we'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge the incredible performance displayed by number 8, Jedin. The former Kane and Super Bowl champ could not be stopped in his first full week back, including a grand slam, 4 wins in a row in the Saturday afternoon program. The Golden Cesta for Week 13 was clinched by none other than Magic City's young star, number 13, Douglas. After missing the last 3 weeks of play, the Wonder Boy didn't miss a beat in his first week back as he both overpowered and out-finessed his opponents. Douglas certainly made a powerful statement in Week 13 with his mind-boggling 14-win performance. Congratulations to number 13 on collecting his first Golden Cesta of the 2020 season. The second tournament of the Doubles Championship Series continued to be on hold in Week 13. Doubles at Magic City should be back underway soon, so look out for updates on the Jai-Alai Channel for a sneak preview of the new Tournament 2 doubles pairings. Shout out to this week's fantasy winners, PCast and Ballocorp. These contestants will receive a Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt as well as a $100 cash prize for their stellar performance. Watch our weekly fantasy review on the Instagram page at Jai-Alai Channel for more details on the winning Week 13 lineup. Every week is a new chance to earn points for your fantasy team, so you can always come back to your team or join the league at any time. And remember, the cash prize of $100 sponsored by Magic City Jai-Alai will remain unlocked as long as there are 100 active league members in Week 14. Visit fantasyhighlight.com to join the league for free, draft your own fantasy team, and start winning. This week's Robote play goes to number 4, Bradley. Even though the former high hurdler wasn't able to find the win column in Week 13, he still made his presence known with unparalleled athleticism, lethal power, and crazy defensive skills. This diving, no-look, one-handed Robote save that rivals any Robote we've seen this season is the perfect example of the intensity Bradley is capable of bringing to the Magic City fronton. We expect much more of the same from number 4, who continues to get better and better with every matchup he plays in this 2020 season. Have a look at this Robote Play of the Week.
Catch by Bradley. What a scoop by Carballo. One-handed, two-wall, without looking, lands in. Wow.
And the Robote recap from last week, that was Week 13 here at Magic City, takes us right up to the start of game number 3 and that high five. Good luck to everyone that played. Stu?
We're ready to begin game number 3, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Serving the red shirt at post 1, substituting for CRB is Ben. Receiving the blue shirt at post 2, El Barba. El Barba on the backhand that stays to the inside. There's a Robote by Ben. Catch by El Barba. He goes deep. Robote by Ben, beautifully placed to the inside. Going to take a big bounce and score. Point 1. 1 first up on the board in our third game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. This matchup has Ben serving to Jedden. Jedden opens up on the left side. Low and hard to the inside. Ben's there. Robote forehand by Jedden. Good catch by Ben. Pika by Ben. Comes back to the 11 line where it's missed. Point 1. Ben has 2 points. He serves to the green shirt of post 4. This matchup has Ben serving to Tennessee. Ben on the Robote. It's a 2-all. Tennessee reaches up, stops it, returns it. Not sure what that was, but it hit the sidewall anyway. Good catch by Tennessee. Outside placement by Tennessee. I know what that was. Ben stopped it. Tennessee with a beautiful Robote save. Here's Ben. Powerful backhand by Ben. This Robote's coming low. Tennessee hangs in there and makes a great save. Here's Ben from the 11 line. Ben looking to get big bounce out of the ball. He's got it. Tennessee not able to make that one. Well played point by Ben and Tennessee. Point 1. Ben's made 3 straight points. He now serves to the black shirt of post 5. Substituting for Vuelo is Bueno. Excellent serve by Ben. Nice backhand by Bueno. Ben's there. Hard throw by Ben. Good catch by Bueno. Bueno goes deep. Robote forehand. High to the front wall. Pico Robote. That brings Bueno back to the 12 line to make the catch. Ben from the 11 line on the forehand. Great catch by Bueno. Ben from the 9 line. Scoop by Bueno. Carom by Bueno. Wow. Scores. Well executed. Well played by both players. 0.5. This matchup has Bueno serving to the yellow shirt of post 6. Here's Fred. Bueno with the tip ball on the left side, 0.6. In this matchup, Fred will serve to Legend wearing the pink of post 7. There's the floater. Fred's got it back at the 11 line. Legend's going to look for the rebote on the left side. Left side to the outside and off the court, 0.6. Here now to complete the first round and receive, the purple shirt of post 8, number 10, Juice. Beautiful forehand throw by Juice. Fred, rebote save. Got it up to the front wall. Juice on the run has it. Got it off in time. Too hard, too low. 0.8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups rather, are now double through the end of the game. First to return in our second round is El Barba in the blue of post 2. Juice on the forehand at the 11 line. Nice backhand by El Barba. Rebote swing and a miss. Midcourt, 0.2. El Barba has 2 points. He serves to the returning 3 post in the white shirt, Jedin. Point 2. In this matchup, El Barba serves to Tennessee wearing the green shirt at post 4. Cortada stopped by El Barba. Rebote saved by Tennessee. Excellent pickup by El Barba. He holds on to it. Tennessee midcourt catch. Hard to the inside. Rebote forehand. Hit the overhead screen. 0.4. Returning. Post 1. Ben. Over serve. The ball must land between the 4 and 7 line. That pass to 7. This point goes to the 1. Ben has a possible game point trying to stop him. Bueno. Big backhand clip the overhead screen. That is point and game to the red shirt of post 1, Ben. Ben wins it. 2 comes in second. 6 serves to 4. This is for third place. That scores for Fred. 6 shows. I know, Tennessee can't get a break. 1, 2, 6 is the unofficial order of finish. No, we're not having this conversation in the middle of the court. No, you go get ready for the next game. You're in post 1. Go put on a red shirt. 1, 2, 6 is the official order of finish for Game 3.
Ben there proving he can win without having to run a game out perfect there. First win of the non-perfect game here in week 14. Now tied with Douglas for most weekly wins, so they're tied at 4 apiece, and now Ben in the overall standings. 34 wins for him, just 1 behind Tennessee and 2 behind Kubawa, Carballo, and Ikeda, who are in 4th place. So Ben working his way up those standings in a hurry.
And what you see when you're watching Ben, if you're watching him closely, is you're seeing him focus on the basics. He's really concentrating on these catches, both on the right side and on the left side, doing this 2-step process, 3-step process. Catch, control, throw. So he's catching it, he's stopping it, he's making hard throws on both the forehand and the backhand. Not only looks good, but he's been extremely effective with it the last 2 days. That gets us to our prices for Game 4. The $2 quinella, so that's first and second in any orders. That's 1-2 or 2-1, $19.60. The trifecta, 1-2-6. That's a first, second, and third place finish, $280.20. The first number for the high five is the number 1. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Game 4, a spectacular 7 singles match, played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Game 4 also begins today's Pick 3. If trying to pick 5 numbers is too much for you, why not give a shot at picking 3 numbers? Correctly pick the winners of Games 4, 5, and 6 to play the Pick 3. We have 2 scratches again in Game 4. Game 4, post 4, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ben. Game 4, post 4, scratch Vuelo, replace Vuelo with Ben. Game 4, post 6, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Bueno. Game 4, post 6, scratch CRB, replace CRB with Bueno. Post time for Game 4 and the Pick 3, now just 5 minutes away. Good luck.
What I'm hoping to accomplish in the 2020 season is to come in top 3 again, both in singles and in doubles. My game plan going into 2020 season is to be as meticulous as possible. I have to find a way to find little subtle things about each and every person on the roster that I can exploit to my advantage. And I can say that because they have to do the same thing. I feel like I got the ability to do it. I've definitely put in the work. Unfortunately, that doesn't always mean success, but that's what I'm going to strive for. So that is the goal, and I think that's everybody's goal because everybody wants to, get in the bonus money. And it is kind of like something to hang your hat on, to be able to say that, hey, I was able to be, a top 3 in singles or a top 3 in doubles. So that's definitely something that I strive for.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like, Jai-Alai. They paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having the work, played Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man. Blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire.
This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father.
Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Somebody 5 years
And you guys
ago
got
told me
Ben's
that I was gonna
Profile
be playing
Plus,
for
that
South
trailer there for Magic City Hustle. If you'd like to check that out for yourself, head on over to MagicCityCasino.com. Under the Highlight tab, there is a hyperlink that you can click on that'll take you directly to the site where you can watch it, or just go MagicCityHustle.com directly into your browser. Either way you do it, it'll take you to the same spot where you can make a purchase of that film, Magic City Hustle, for $5, and from there enjoy it as many times as you like. Coming up now on game number 4, we got 2 minutes until we get you up to the start of that. Another reminder of the scratches here for Game 4. Post 4, you're going to scratch Vuelo, replace him with Ben. Post 4, scratch Vuelo, replace him with Ben. And post 6, you're going to scratch CRB, replace him with Bueno. Post 6, scratch CRB there, and replace him with Bueno.
Clutch review of the substitutions. Thank you. Well, I was chatting so enjoyably with the player manager.
Of course, Stu. We got your back.
Always have. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Anything else come up while I was gone?
Nothing.
No?
Not too much here. That was we were talking about Ben after that win there.
Ben works his ass off. There's no question about it. And he annoys me. And he's an idiot sometimes.
Get all sides of it here. We got a little analysis coming from some fans here. In particular, talking about Ben here. They're saying that Ben is letting the right balls go over his head to set up nice rebotes. And I think that's also...
That's now, but who made that comment? What are the qualifications of the individual who made that comment? Is that an opinion, or is that based on Jai-Alai's skill?
I don't know. Well, what do you think of that analysis of it?
I agree with their analysis.
Yeah. Oh, it's pretty.
He's playing smart.
Yeah, pretty smart.
He's playing smart because that's also based on your degree of confidence over your rebote. For instance, you'll see Bragley, who does not have confidence over his rebote. Not only will he come all the way back and jump half up so he doesn't have to throw the rebote, but that's what works for him. But no, Ben's much more comfortable with the rebote, especially on the left side.
Yeah, I think for Ben, it really has been working for him these past few weeks. Things have been starting to click, but, when he's been stuffed into those games and the feature games where, kind of gets drowned out a little bit, and it's hard for him to get in the win column and get on the board. I think in these earlier games, you really get to see the skills that he's developed thus far this season, and they're starting to shine through really well, and much-deserved victories for Ben. He's played a lot of games, been working really hard, kind of had a tough go of it. But back in the win column there, as we said, 4th win of the week. And as we said, they're number 35 for him on the season. Stu? Number 34, sorry. 34 wins for Ben. We don't want to give any incorrect statistics there.
Well, I'm not questioning your statistics. I'll go with whatever you said. We're ready to begin Game 4. It's a spectacular 7 singles match, played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Tennessee managed to find his red shirt. He serves to the blue post 2 legend. Tennessee gets the first point in our second matchup. We have Jedden receiving in the white shirt at post 3. Beautiful rebote forehand by Tennessee's going to score. That was played wonderfully. Point 1. Here is the green shirt at post 4, Ben. Ben is substituting for the scratched Vuelo. Rebote comes out as a line drive, put right to the inside by Tennessee, and he's doing something with his left hand. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is either. How about you just concentrate on the serve? Get it in. Point 1. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Here's Juice. That's an excellent serve by Tennessee. Juice has got it. Long carom by Juice scores. Wow.
Not getting to that one.
That was nice. 0.5. Good serve. Good long carom. 0.5. Here's the yellow shirt at post 6 receiving. Bueno substituting for CRB. Juice kept his eye on the ball. Made a nice rebote save. Bueno to the inside, where it scores. 0.6. 6 serves to post 7. Here's El Barba.
Please don't go down like that.
Great pickup on the left side of El Barba. He goes deep. Rebote, 2-all by Bueno, does not cut out. El Barba's got it. 3-wall play, high from the forehand. Bueno looking to thread the needle with that rebote. Hit the pad, 0.7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, we have Fred. Big backhand by Fred. Rebote to the inside. Point 8. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return in this second round is Legend. Fred with the catch on the left side. Strong backhand thrown by Fred. Rebote to the outside. Fred's there, stops it. Returns that right side hard. What a pickup by Legend. Catch by Fred. Fred and Legend trading some hard throws here. That one just missed. Point goes to the 8. Fred has 3 points. He serves the returning 3-post in the white shirt. This matchup has Fred serving to Jedin. Too hard, too high, out of play, 0.8. Straight points to a possible game point here for Fred in the purple shirt at post 8. Trying to stop him is post 4, Ben. Powerful backhand by Ben. That hit the overhead screen hard. Point and a perfect game for the purple shirt at post 8, Fred. Eight wins at one places, 5, 6, and 7 play off for third place. 5 first serves, 2-6. That one cut right back to the inside. Bueno made a nice adjustment to make that catch. Here's Juice on the backhand. That ball hit the overhead screen. 0.6. Possible show point for Bueno. Trying to stop him, El Barba. Great catch by El Barba, high on the left side. Good catch by Bueno. That one goes into the Chula and does not come out to be played. That's a third place finish for the yellow shirt at post 6, Bueno. Unofficial order finish, 8-1-6. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 4 are official. Coming in first, post 8, Fred. Taking second, post 1, Tennessee. Coming in third, post 6, Bueno. Bueno was substituting for CRB. 8-1-6, the official order of finish. So, we were having a conversation about Fred yesterday. And he does it again today.
Hadn't won since week 4. 2 wins this week.
Good for him.
That's Jai-Alai.
Good for
the
him.
epitome of what we're saying there. And look, I think sometimes, we talked about Ben sometimes getting overshadowed. Fred, too. I mean, in those earlier games, had a couple really good rallies, been playing much better these past couple weeks, so not surprised that he's starting to get back in the win column much more frequently. Good to see for him. I think that was win number 5. Win number 5 for him on the season, so nicely done for Fred. It makes that high 5 and pick 3. Say probably a little more complicated than that.
We said that yesterday, and there were 3 alive.
It was 0 for 1. So.
The 3 favorites are alive going into it. Trifecta 8-1-6. That's first, second, and third place finishing 341-40. Quinella. That's first and second in any order, so that's 1-8 or 8-1, $44.20. Up next, Game 5, a spectacular 7 singles match. Played to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. There is a scratch. Game 5, post 7, scratch CRB. Replace CRB with Tennessee. Game 5, post 7, scratch CRB. Replace CRB with Tennessee. Post time for Game 5, 6 minutes away. Good luck.
And in case we have any new fans who may miss this explanation video at the top of the program, well, here it is again to explain in simpler terms how the sport of Jai-Alai here is played. Have a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And we are now just under 5 minutes away from that 5th game. Reminder of the 1 scratch here in Game 5, and then through the rest of the program, from Game 6 on, we will be scratch-free, which is always good to hear. But Game 5, last scratch for you. Post 7, you're going to scratch CRB, replace him with Tennessee. Game 5, post 7, you're going to scratch CRB and replace him with Tennessee. And we said a few games ago we had an update on Fantasy Jai-Alai. If you were with us for the broadcast yesterday, we said that we had 142 active players for this week, up from 122 the week before. One of the highest percentage jumps we've seen there from week to week. Management at Magic City was very happy about that and just got word today that once we reach 150, which is a measly 8 people, 8 more people need to join for next week. Once we reach 150 active players, we will up that prize to $150. So we said there once we reach 200, we're going to up it to 200. But we're giving you guys a bit of a break there. We're capping it at 150. So if we get to 150 for next week, we'll have $150 going to the fantasy winner. And then when we get to 200, it'll still up that to 200. But we appreciate all the support, and to little token of our appreciation for that, we put another little checkpoint at $150 going to the fantasy winner. So that is for next week if we have over 150. And all we need is 8 players. So please keep spreading the word. You guys have been fantastic about that. We hope that you're enjoying it. But as we said, for next week, could be $150 on the line. So please keep playing that fantasy game, and if you would like to sign up for yourself, head on over to fantasyhighlight.com. Fantasyhighlight.com is the name of the website. You're going to click a little button that says Join This League. You're going to add an email. You're going to create your entry, and then from there you can start picking and earning your way towards those cash prizes. And in addition to cash prizes, we also given away some Magic City gear for the month of June. The winners received Magic City Jai-Alai hats for the month of July. They received those U.S. National Jai-Alai Championship hats. And then for the month of August here, in addition to the monetary prizes, each of the winners will get a Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt. And that is for the month of August. We'll switch up the prizes every month there. But the cash prizes will remain, as we said, $150 potentially next week, and then still $200 is that threshold. We could potentially get it up to $200.
2 minutes to begin Game 5. Reminder, the scratch. Game 5, post 7. Scratch CRB. Replace CRB with Tennessee. Game 5, post 7. Scratch CRB. Replace CRB with Tennessee.
Riley, where are you?
In this practice with 2 minutes to go, it's funny. I do remember when I was home ill and I was watching on TV. A couple times I put it on big screen. Sometimes I just watched it on. It's so easy to just watch it for people who still have desktops. To watch on my desktop.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get a sense of depth and power, and those things are kind of lost. That is one thing that most people, and especially some people who were highly critical, this isn't Jai-Alai, I want to see this, blah, 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 walking through the front door.
Yeah.
And the first thing they said is, oh, this is bigger than I thought.
Yeah.
And that it is much more impressive in person, the structure. But also, point being, we're seeing something a little different from Anderson in these practices than we've seen the last couple days. Whether it was that win that has helped his thinking, or something's been going on that we don't know about, whatever it is, but he's been in this practice, he's been throwing the ball particularly hard.
Yeah, and we talked about, all the time, the mental component, and also a guy in Anderluck who's missed a couple of weeks, hasn't gotten some of those earlier games that some other people have gotten. So for him to get one win in those earlier games, it's hard to get off of a bad streak. In golf, they call it the bogey train. You just seem to make a bogey on every single hole. I think that's what he was on, and I think he got himself off there in that last game. We'll see how he does that at post 6 here.
Off the bogey train. We begin Game 5. Bueno serves. Legend receives. Here's the serve. Game 5 has begun. Robote fired to the inside. Legend got assessed on it, but dropped it. Point 1. Bueno, first up on the board in our 5th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. This matchup has Bueno serving to El Barba. That's going to land in and score. Point 1. Entering the court, green shirt to post 4. Here's Ben. Big backhand by Ben. Good catch by Bueno. Bueno goes deep. Robote swing and a miss. Mid-court, point 1. In this next matchup, Bueno will serve to the black shirt at post 5, Bragley. Bueno from the forehand. It's a carom. Landed out. 0.5. Now receiving, yellow shirt at post 6, Anderluck. Powerful forehand throw by Anderluck. Rebote comes out fast and scores 0.6. Here's the pink shirt at post 7. Tennessee receives. Tennessee from the 11 line off the serve. Strong backhand. Anderluck sets up for the forehand. Rebote thrown nicely to the inside. What a second round effort that was by Tennessee to make that save. Cortada scores. Great play from both players, but especially by Tennessee on that last-ditch effort to save that Rebote. 0.7. 0.6, rather. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirt at post 8. Ikeda. The blasted serve picked off on the forehand of Ikeda. Catch by Anderluck. Ikeda from the 11 line. Forehand Rebote thrown beautifully by Anderluck. Rebote to the inside. Anderluck doing everything he can to keep it on the forehand. Rebote saved by Ikeda. Anderluck gets in there, makes the save. Outside placement. Out. Well played point by both players, 0.8. Rebote left side. Big bounce to the inside. Cut off in the air by Legend. Catch by Ikeda. Hard throw by Ikeda. Catch by Legend. Point 2. Over serve. 0.3. Green shirt at post 4. Ben receives. Rebote left side. Hits the overhead screen. 0.4. Play continues. 4 on the board with 2 points. In this next matchup, Ben serves the returning one post, Bueno, the red shirt. Excellent serve by Ben, deep into the backcourt. Catch by Ben. Ball tipped by Bueno. 0.4. Ben is on the board with 4 points, receiving post 5, the black shirt, Bragley. Catch by Ben. Hard throw by Ben. Bragley looks for the Rebote. 2-all Rebote by Bragley's off the court. 0.4. 2 more points gives Ben a possible game point here in our 5th game. Trying to stop him, Tennessee. Ben sets up for the Rebote on the forehand. Not pretty, but he did save it. Here's Tennessee. Look at that rebote effort by Ben. All you had to do was throw the Dejada when he was standing in the backcourt, Tennessee. Wow. Okay. Point in game. Green shirt up. Post for Ben. 4 wins it. 1 places. 6, 2, and 3. Playoff 4. Third place. 6 first serves. 2-2. Anderluck blasts this serve. That's a good catch by Legend. Scoop by Anderluck. He blasts another one. Rebote missed. Possible show point for Anderluck trying to stop him, El Barba. Underserve. We'll turn him around now. This is show point. El Barba serves Anderluck. Powerful forehand by Anderluck. Play to pass. El Barba hangs in there, makes a nice rebote, and it scores. Point and show to post 3. El Barba. Unofficial order finish 4-1-3. Results from Game 5 are official. Coming in first, post 4, Ben. Well-earned game for Ben. They usually are. Second, Bueno, post 1. Coming in third, post 3, El Barba. 4-1-3 is the official order finish for game number 5. Yeah, no, when you just see a shot right there, I mean, you got the guy standing at the 9 or 10 line. Yeah. You have it on the right side at the 3. Just tap the front wall with the ball and go back and serve. Don't try to out-throw him. I mean, first year, yes. First year, all you had to do was catch the ball, throw it. You got a 50-50 shot. The other guy's going to catch it. We're in year 3. That stuff doesn't work. We do have our prices from Game 5. $2 Quinella, 1-4. That's 1-4 or 4-1, $19. Trifecta, 4-1-3, 2-0-3, 20. Consolation in the win. No one had 4 to win. Poor Ben. However, if you had 1 to win, it returns $13. Once again, 1 to win returns $13. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, Game 6, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. There are no scratches. This begins the feature games, as we like to call them, a new crop of players for today's performance, featuring a higher degree of competition than we've seen in some of our early games. I like to say that, watch, no one will be able to catch 2 balls in a row, but don't want to jinx anybody. Game 6, play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. It will also close out the pick 3. Post time for Game 6 is just 6 minutes away.
Outside placement from Poole. Macier goes back for the rebote, diving, and that's a 2-ball, and lands just in. That will score.
Goes in from the 4 line. Outside placement stopped by Willow. Willow plays it back. Bueno, what a rebote save on the left side. Stopped on the forehand of Jin. What a beautiful rebote. Jin on the run, 2 bounces, scores. side, Carballo goes. Douglas with the blind save.
Wow.
Just lobbed it up under his arm.
Man.
Robote thrown beautifully. Antelope gets out of the way. Robote's back up. What a fine effort. This is a 2-all. El Barba on the run.
Man, oh, man.
And it scores. Carballo picks.
Left side takes an interesting hop, goes to the outside. There's Douglas. First play back to the inside. High bouncer. Carballo waits for it.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Robote save.
Carballo's there. Sidearm carom, split placement. Kubala up at the 5 line. Willow, that's in play. That is absolutely in play.
And folks, that was a collection of the top 10 Robotes from the 2019 season last year here at Magic City.
You know, every time I watch that last one, I just don't know whether or not to be pissed off with Wello or just congratulate him because the truth of the matter is
unbelievable.
Never say die. Look, a lot of guys in traditional highlight. Just rewind. I mean, because there are a number of players who play traditional highlight who watch this, who are out there. And I know there's a couple people in Spain. Would you have walked off the court or would you have...
Stu probably closed his eyes when he went for that one. He said,
when Wello threw that night?
Threw that,
Oh, my God. Yeah, no, I was like, please, he's going to kill somebody. He's absolutely going to kill a judge or another player, and just no. And then I had to sit back and take, that highlight arrogance that I carry like other people. Take that highlight arrogance of I've been around, I know what good highlight looks like. Put it aside and say, you know what? It looked like crap, but what effort. And it's completely legit. Now, that play by Vello was beautiful. We have just 1 minute to go, less than a minute, so we begin game number 6.
Yeah, I like all those top 10s. I don't know if the one from Bradley there when he goes around the back is in that Robote's one or if it's in another one, but man, some of the efforts on all these plays, especially the Robote one. I mean, you got the caroms and the 2 walls. Those are more, kill shots, but those Robotes, you really see that Magic City effort that is, as we say, unparalleled compared to any other highlight. As we got game 6 coming up, send it back to Stu.
Time to begin our 6th game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points will double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have number 4, Bragley. Receiving in the blue of post 2, Ikeda. First matchup has Bragley serving to Ikeda. There's the serve. We begin game 6. Robote forehand almost looked like it rolled up Ikeda's back, but it just missed him. Point 2. Our next matchup has Ikeda serving to the white shirt of post 3, Bueno. Bueno picks it up on the left side. Backhand to the 8 line. Ikeda's there. Ikeda goes deep. Forehand Robote. Up, and away. That got away from him. Point 2. That'll bring to the court the green shirt of post 4, Here's Ron. Beautiful backhand by Ron. Robote comes out to the 6th line. Ikeda, high scoop on the forehand. Somehow wound up with it. Ikeda throws at him again, and it's the same scoop. That's a carom. Wrong court. That's wide. That's Miami. That's not here. It was pretty, but it was out. 0.4. Now receiving the black shirt at post 5, here's Carballo. Carballo from the left side. Powerful backhand. Middle of the back wall. Beautiful rebote to the inside. What a scoop by Carballo. That was gorgeous. Forehand rebote by Carballo. Ron's there. Scoop by Carballo while he was looking at Ron. And a one-handed scoop by Ron. And the Ron 2-all. And then Carballo did that thing that I hate when he does, but it's so nice when it does work. And then Ron's going to score. These are two highlight players having fun. Spectacular play by both players.
And Tennessee, of course.
That may have been the best point. I'm even going to give Ron a pass for that creature from the Black Lagoon throw. Wow. 0.4. Here's the yellow shirt at post 6, Ben. It's a hard throw by Ben. Ron makes a good catch. Great catch by Ben. Back on the wall. Turns a carom. Bold shot. Ron's got it. Ben had to go back or forward. He made the right choice. Makes a pika, and it scores. Move up on the ball whenever possible, almost every time. Ben did it. Won the point. 0.6. In this next matchup, Ben will serve to the pink shirt at post 7, Douglas. Rebote left side to the overhead screen. 0.7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt at post 8, is number 25, Kubala. Nice backhand by Kubala. Douglas on the rebote to the inside. Kubala goes deep. Forehand rebote played to pass. Wall to wall it goes from Douglas. Douglas for the forehand rebote with a little something on it. Kubala just got it back up to the front wall nicely. That ball's a floater at the side wall. Douglas got there. Here's Kubala. Catch by Douglas. He winds up. 2-all. Kinda. Juggling on the scoop. And Kyle's smiling like, I can't believe he saw that, or 0.7.
He's right. If you're right.
That completes the first round of play. All points are now double. First return, post 1, Bragley. Big forehand by Douglas. Rebote by Bragley. Off the court. 0.7. 7 has 4 points. Here's post 3, the white shirt, Bueno. Good catch by Douglas at the side wall. He goes deep. From the left side, rebote forehand by Bueno. Sidearm Karen Bueno read it, was there, could not bring it in. 0.7. Straight point, straight possible game point here for the pink shirt at post 7. Douglas trying to stop him. Post 2, Ikeda. Powerful backhand, Rebote coming way out. Forehand Rebote played straight back. Ikeda's right there. Catch by Douglas. Powerful backhand. Rebote comes to the 7 line. Turn from the forehand into the pad. Point and a perfect game to the pink shirt of post 7, Douglas. 7 wins it, 4 serves to 2. This is a playoff for second and third place. Underserve. Point and place to post 2, 4 shows. Unofficial order finish 7-4. Your prices will be up in a moment. Results from Game 6 are official. Coming in first, post 7, Douglas. Taking second, post 2, Ikeda. Coming in third, post 4, Ron. 7-4 is the official order finish for Game 6. Well, obviously, there's only one play in that game to talk about. Rewind and watch.
Should we get the time code for that? My goodness.
Carballo and Ron. And you know, again, when Carballo's on, when he's concentrating, when he's not distracted, and oddly enough, one of the things you see is when he's smiling and having fun out there.
And he makes one scoop like that when he kind of did that whole like windshield wiper scoop, like you see shortstops
windshield
do.
Wiper scoop. I like
in
that.
baseball. I mean, he does one of those, and it seems that always gives him just a string of positive momentum. He plays so much looser.
Well, because when he does it, he knows I'm pissed. And if it gets in, it's okay, and he knows he gets away with it, and I can't say anything about it. That's our deal. Is like you could do fancy stuff as long as it either scores, or if you do fancy stuff and you throw it off the court, that's BS. No, I'm going to call you out on that every time. So let's take a look at these prices. Oh, everyone had that quinella. Quinella, first and second in any order, 2-7 or 7-2, $9.60. Trifecta 7-2-4, $100.80. That's first, second, and third place finishing. And the pick 3, 8-4-7, 2 of 3 numbers, returning $58.60. There's a consolation there. 2 of 3 numbers in the pick 3, returning $58.60. 3 games left in today's first matinee. 7, 8, and 9. 2 7-point games and a 9-point game. Game 7 is up next. A spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Post time for Game 7 is 6 minutes away. Good luck.
Being the overall champ in the rookie season was great. I put in hours and hours of hard work in the offseason practicing, and just to show that it paid off in the end, it was really great. My goal for the 2020 season is to stay healthy, play to the best I can, but definitely I would love to repeat winning singles and doubles again this year. Like I said, I think it's going to be a lot harder, but it's definitely a push that I want. And I'm happy that everybody's getting better, and it's going to be harder for me because it pushes me to be better, and that's what I want ultimately. I would love to be the champ again this year. I am definitely going to try my best. Like I said, the competition is getting better every day, and so I'm going to push to be the best again. But we'll see. It's going to be a long 7-month season, and I'll hope to repeat what I did again.
And there was Douglas again. I think we should just start to call that the Douglas game after Game 6. I think he's won it every performance thus far. Shows that profile there again. Win number 53 for him on the season. Inching closer to Ron. He is now just 2 back of first place in those standings. And both of these guys, a lot of green. We know we do the color formatting. Green obviously correlates to good here. Ron and Douglas, a lot of green across the board for them. How about Ron 65% in the money, Douglas 62% in the money. Both of those guys are the only two that are over 60%. Their wins also.
Which in traditional highlights is just a crazy concept to begin with. I mean, to be halfway through a season and people, I mean, in the beginning of the season you see stuff like that. But to be halfway through the season with one of the guys who was out for a month,
Yeah,
no.
How about Douglas? Stu, if you're freaking out there, let's go to the win column a little further left. Douglas, 39.85%. I think if he gets a win here, he may eclipse the 40% mark in terms of win percentage.
So for those of us who are bad at math, so what you're telling me is that 4 out of every times he strolls out onto the court.
How about easier? 2 out of 5.
No,
let's simplify that.
You have to base everything on 10 for me.
That's fair. Power of 10.
It's just the way my mind works. 4
out of 10, yeah.
And this is why math started becoming shaky in 4th grade.
See, that's really why if anyone,
there have been a couple times where, like a former teacher of yours,
sure,
Dan Licciardi, known as the Oracle of Jai-Alai, who I had the honor of working for 20 years, and Scott, there'll be times where they'll say something mathematically to me that's like so basic, and they just look at me like. And they just, really? You really don't get this?
You're like, yeah.
I remember once the company years ago bought me, what the hell was it? Excel for Dummies. They got me Excel for Dummies, and they got this program or whatever. I gave up on it after about a week, I think.
Fortunately, I took a class in school that helped me with that, but that was...
Now I can speak directly to anyone listening. So anyway, I said, you gotta make it like I'm dumb. Within like 10 minutes, he generates this Excel sheet that is so explanatory. It takes such complex information and just like it's nothing. Click, click, click. Well, I can color coordinate that for you if you want. Click, 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 and click, and bang. And it's this beautiful sheet that was just great to see. And it's like, well, I know what I would like to do with it. I just never have. Now, I'll challenge anyone to a Microsoft Word contest.
Oh, you're great at Word.
Yeah, Word.
I've seen those memos you put out through there.
The strongly worded memos.
Those are... My heart's starting to race when I see those. I mean, the formatting's perfect. The language is strong.
With the clear back wall, that when players are practicing, it's in between any Ikeda got hit. But he's laughing, so I guess that's okay. Yeah, no, the players will look through the back wall and they'll see me because we have one computer back here to type on. That's yours.
Yeah.
And so in between, if they see me go over there, and I have this habit when I type, I pound on the computer. I pound on the keyboard. I just always have. So if they see me there, they'll start like glancing through the back wall to see what I'm typing. Yeah, last week's was really special.
And how about that high five there? We had mentioned that nobody alive for that high five. Thought that may be the case when there was a 1 out of 3 consolation in that pick 3. Haven't seen a consolation like that in a while, but that high five's going to survive there, meaning that it was about 1,800 that was bet into it, we saw. So take out the 20%, take half of that pool, put it in the carryover, and the carryover going into it was about 1,700. So I think you'll be looking at somewhere in the mid 2,000s, maybe high 2,000s there. Going to be that carryover headed into this afternoon, but we'll see how Game 7 closes out.
We're ready to begin our 7th game, a spectacular 7 singles match. Plays 7 points, points double after the first round of play. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, Anderluck. Our first matchup has Anderluck serving to Ron in the blue of post 2. Anderluck serves with a blast of a serve to start things off, and he scores. Point 1. Anderluck first up on the board in our 7th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt of post 3. Here's Kubala. Excellent catch by Kubala. That was a great serve by Anderluck, but Kubala really hung in there to make that return, point 3. Green shirt at post 4 receives. Here's Douglas. That is a magic... Yeah, you were aiming for that. Kyle knows he was. Yeah, that's a Magic City bounce. That ball hit a crack in the side wall and shot straight between Douglas's legs. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Here's Ikeda. Catch by Kubala. He goes deep. Ikeda makes the save on the rebote. Scoop. Beautifully made by Kubala on the left side. Picada. Kubala with another great catch at the side wall. That ball had already passed him when he made the catch. Catch by Kubala. Rebote left side. Kind of a 2-all. What a pickup by Kubala again on the left side. What a catch again by Kubala on the left side. Kubala from the forehand. Hard to the inside. Catch by Ikeda. Ikeda goes deep. Rebote left side. Hard to the inside. That's a beautifully thrown rebote. Scooped up by Ikeda. And a smooth catch. Looked like he was throwing a carom, then he didn't. Forehand rebote by Kubala. Catch by Ikeda. Outside placement. Will score.
Great
what
point.
A point played by Kubala and Ikeda. 0.5. Carballo was admiring the point so much he forgot to stand up and tie a cesta. In this next matchup, Ikeda serves to the yellow shirt of post 6. Carballo. Catch by Ikeda midcourt. Carballo from the left side. Hard backhand. Scoop by Ikeda. Scoop by Carballo. Rebote forehand by Ikeda. Carballo on the run makes the catch. Sends it straight back. Rebote comes low and scores. 0.6. Carballo serves to the pink shirt of post 7, Bueno. Strong forehand rebote goes to the outside. Bueno picks it up. Comes back on the right side. That ball's just tipped. 0.7. Here now to complete the first round and receive. Purple shirt of post 8 is Ben. Ben closely examining that ball, making sure it's to his exacting standards, because Ben's got really high standards. Powerful backhand by Ben. Rebote forehand to the outside. Scoop by Ben. That's all he had to do. That's all he could do. Great pickup by Bueno. Ben for the rebote. Bueno shoots the carom to score. Well thrown. 0.7. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are worth 2 points through the end of the game. First to return, post 2, Ron. Powerful backhand by Ron. Rebote by Bueno. Shows a lot of control keeping that in play. Ron winds up, sends it inside. Bueno's there at the 10 line. Catch by Ron on the forehand. Karam gonna score. Point 2. This matchup, Ron serves to Anderluck, wearing the red of post 1. Excellent serve by Ron's going to score. Point 2. 2 on the board with 4 points. Here's post 4 receiving Douglas. Powerful backhand by Douglas. Rebote forehand by Ron. Ron Rebote at the side wall. Douglas was going to go for the scoop, then decided to save the Rebote. Here's Ron with the catch at the 11 line, winding up. Back to the inside he goes. Rebote, midcourt save, stopped by Ron. Ron, long day, Hada. It scores. A bold choice. Point 2. Possible game point here for post 2, Ron, trying to stop him. Post 3, Kubala. Forehand Rebote save. What a catch by Kubala again on the left side. He's not missed on the left side. Point 3, plays continuing. Kubala has 4 points. He serves returning 5 post Ikeda. Point 5. Ikeda is on the board with 3 points. In this matchup, he serves returning 6 post Carballo. Missed off the serve. That's rare. Point 5. Possible game point for post 5. Ikeda trying to stop him. Ben. Powerful backhand by Ben. Stays to the inside. Ikeda. Forehand Rebote. Scoop by Ben. Hard throw. Gets it over Ikeda's head. Ikeda makes the Rebote. To the inside. Ben on the run. Gets there. Stops it. Returns it. On the wall. Forehand Rebote by Ikeda. Scoop attempt missed. Point and game to the black shirt of post 5, Ikeda. 5 wins it. 2 places, 3 shows. Unofficial order of finish. 5, 2, 3. It's official. Coming in first, post 5, Ikeda. Taking second, post 2, Ron. Coming in third, post 3, Kubala. 5, 2, 3 is the official order of finish for Game 7. And we'll have your prices up here in just a moment.
Gotta say, Stu, plays picked up here pretty quickly in these later games. There's been a lot of great points. How about Kubala?
No question about it. Kubala, it's funny because his nickname coming out of St. Pete was Baby Castaños. Castaños was a player who played, there were two brothers actually, Juan P. Castaños,
sure,
who was called Wampy. Silly, I know. But realistically, there was another player named Hobby who was a Triple Crown champion at Tampa when we closed Tampa in 98, came to Miami, played many years late games there. Could not get the ball by Hobby on the left side.
No.
Goico couldn't, Recalde couldn't, no one could get it. And that's what he looked like because he stopped everything on the left side. Let's read these prices. The high five, 18475, 4 of 5 numbers returning $353 even. And we're over $2,000 now. $2,398.40 is the carryover jackpot. So going into the second performance this afternoon, take $2398.40, add it to whatever is wagered, and that's what's on the line going into the high five at 4 p.m. The Quinella, first and second in any order, 2-5 or 5-2, 2160. Trifecta, 5-2-3. That's first, second, and third place finishing, 253.20. And hold on to those win tickets. No one had 5 to win or 2 to win. So 3 to win returns $6.40. 2 games left in today's performance, ladies and gentlemen. Games 8 and 9. Game 8, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points. Points double after the first round of play. Game 8 closes out today's Mighty Ocho. Post time for Game 8 is now just 6 minutes away. Good luck.
You're a sportsman, aren't you?
Sort of. You like Jai-Alai? I like the way it's spelled.
Me too. Yeah, with a J. How'd that get in there?
I can handle your workload without any help. Andy Glam, former J. Crew employee. Dr. Dante Octavarius, seahorse breeder.
He better be. I got him wheeled in the trifecta.
Shunk Dunkirk, incontinent Jai-Alai instructor. Incontinent Jai-Alai instructor? Incontinent Jai-Alai instructor. All right, I'm calling it.
I'm trying out a new persona. I'm club owner and Jai-Alai enthusiast, Barry Mexico.
What a fun and lazy character name. Was it your first thought?
You know it. Barry Mexico gets down to business.
And we are now just under 4 minutes to Game 8 with that win. Game 7 quickly. Ikeda, number 37 for him on the season. He's broken that tie with a couple of guys we said he was knotted up there with. Kubala, Carballo, Tennessee. All of them shared that 4th spot at some point this week, but Ikeda now in a solo 4th place at 37 wins, just 5 games behind Bueno, who has 42 wins for that 3rd and final bonus money payout slot here. And a reminder for those maybe joining us for the first time at the end of the season here. It's a championship singles race. The person with the most wins will take home a $15,000 bonus. Second place gets a $10,000 bonus. And third place gets additional $5,000 there. So important to be in the top 3. Nikita working his way back up there. My favorite part about that Kubala story is that all the people coming out of the amateur schools had these like pro comparisons to other players. And I mean, look, I don't know these guys, but I think that's a really cool component. Demi, did you have to be good enough to earn a nickname, or how did that necessarily...
You see, what's interesting about this group, I was talking about this the other day online.
Yeah.
I think it was in a conversation, it was a chat on Tiger's board. It was somewhere. I know it wasn't with you. Was that, all of us who played amateur, once we were old enough to sneak in, because you snuck in before you were 18. Right. Once you're old enough to sneak into Miami or Dania, and it's funny because there's a group of amateurs that spent a lot of time at Dania and followed the Dania players, and then there was a group of guys that snuck into Miami. I literally, the first time I went to Dania Jai-Alai, played in a tournament when I was 14 or 15, I think.
Yeah,
that
was the first time.
That was the first time that I'd been in Dania Jai-Alai, whereas I'd been to a couple exhibitions at Miami Jai-Alai, and so it's like. In Jai-Alai at that time, it was, I want to throw like Ara, I want to throw like Mitch, I want to throw like Joe, he's got Joey's Costado. I mean, the folks that came out of North Miami Amateur were known for having good rebotes because North Miami Amateur was a 150-foot-long court, and the balls were fast. So if you didn't catch it, the balls came out. So almost all of the kids who trained at North Miami Amateur in that training program, basically we're talking about 80s and 90s players, 70s, 80s, and 90s players. Everybody came out of there with a good rebote, but Joey set the standard. That's the court that Joey learned on.
Yeah.
And Joey, of course, was known for many things, but specifically for his left side rebote.
Yeah.
So there, every amateur that ever played at amateur, not just as played in the school, usually have an inflated sense of their own abilities to what they do. We often see it here in the chat. It's like, no, I played 40 years ago. I could still beat any of these guys. It's like, and like I said, I think I said yesterday, it's like, no, you can't. It's just like, no, you can't. It's like, I see the product every day. I see the same thing you're seeing. It's much different when you get out here, especially where these late game guys are concerned. Again, some of our early guys, look, some of the guys who play over in St. Pete, or who play in Connecticut, yeah, absolutely, they have greater skills, no question about that. They've been doing it a long time, and some of them are going to be playing in this national tournament that we have, and that's why we're having the national tournament. It's like, look, those of you who've been shooting this in the ass the whole time, all right, we're going to put up $20,000, and here's your chance. Come down, put up or shut up, and that's ballsy. I like that. I like when Scott does stuff like that. So yeah, but no, you'd say no. I'd like to play like Mitch. I'd like to play like, whoever you're.
Yeah.
And so so most amateurs did have favorite professionals that they followed, and then amateur dried up, and now people compare themselves kind of to who they know from the past.
That's cool though. I like.
It's cool. It's not a happy story.
I was going to say, story time with Stu's getting a little more bleak as it goes on. But interesting nonetheless.
I definitely did not have a left side rebote like Joey. I can tell you that. I definitely did not. We are ready to begin game number 8, a spectacular 7 singles match. Play to 7 points, points double after the first round of play. I did meet a bunch of people who said they did, though.
Post one went home.
Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have Anderluck. In the blue of post 2, receiving is Bueno. Anderluck blasts this first serve, is an underserve. Wow, hard but short, so it doesn't really count. Or it counts as an underserve. Point 2. Here's Carballo. Carballo with a hop makes the catch. Back to the inside he goes. Great catch in the air by Bueno. Rebote forehand. Rebote forehand again by Carballo. He's getting them way back from the right side at 3/4. Catch by Carballo. Hard and low to the inside. Bueno's there with a great catch on the left side at the 9 line. Rebote forehand. Carballo's showing more control on this one, making sure he gets it to the front wall and not in the overhead screen. Sidearm carom from there, really? No. Point 2. Here's the green shirt at post 4 receiving, Ron. That hit the overhead screen. Point 4. Black shirt at post 5 receives. Here's Kubala. Forehand rebote thrown hard by Ron, and a great catch again by Kubala on the left side. Kubala on the forehand at the 9 line. Picava, big bounce. Scores. Well thrown. Point 5. This matchup has Kubala serving to the yellow shirt of post 6. Douglas. Big backhand by Douglas. Low rebote. Kubala going for a 2-all rebote. Missed it. Point 6. Douglas serves to the pink shirt of post 7. Here's Bragley. Point 6. Douglas with 2 points. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, Ben. Powerful backhand by Douglas and a great catch by Ben. Picada by Ben. Douglas makes it with a hop. Good catch by Ben on the left side. Low and hard, taken in the air by Douglas. Carom by Douglas is going to score. Well thrown. When both players are standing on the inside, if you got it, throw it. Point 6. That completes the first round of play. All points are now double. First to return in the second round is Anderluck. Picada caught on the forehand of Douglas. Hard throw to the inside. Gonna score. Point 6. Straight points to a possible game point here for Douglas, trying to stop him. Post 3 in the white shirt, Carballo. Catch by Douglas. Low and hard, taken on the forehand of Carballo. Carballo going for an outside placement, just missed. Point, perfect game to post 6, Douglas. 2 comes in second. 4 serves to 5. This is for third. Scoop attempt missed. Point and third place finish to post 4. Ron. Unofficial order finish 6-2-4. Coming in first, post 6, Douglas. Taking second, post 2, Bueno. Coming in third, post 4, Ron. 6-2-4 is the official order finish for Game 8. And I will clarify something that I said before once I have the prices, because the way amateur tournaments ran back then, need to be perfectly clear. We were definitely not playing the performances at Jai-Alai. Jai-Alai was closed, and those of us who were in the highlight school, as well as with some amateurs, played in a couple of different, an A league, a B league, and whatever. No. So yeah. But Dania was definitely closed. I didn't mean to suggest that we took over the feature games at Dania. And they dragged 4 poor players out and said, would you do an exhibition with these amateurs? And you always had the exhibition players out.
I was going to say, yeah, Stu's got quite the talent. Huh?
No. Once upon a time.
We're going to see it live. One of these days.
Yeah. That 50 likes is highly suspect. Highly suspect.
It's under review.
Yes. $2 Quinella 2-6. That's 2-6 or 6-2. $20.40. That's first and second in any order. The trifecta 6-2-4, $79.40. The Mighty Ocho 231-84-756. 3 of 8 numbers returning $2.40. Care over jackpot $1,424 even. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is game number 9, a spectacular 9 superfecta match. The game is played at 9 points. Points double after the first round of play. It's our only superfecta game, and post time is just 7 minutes away. Now, there is no question that prior to 1988, amateur Jai-Alai in the United States was exceptional, especially in the 70s. When you had enough amateurs to support Orbea's amateur, very much in the 70s, into 80, I think it closed 82 or 84, something like that. And then North Miami, so you have 3 courts. You have a rubber ball court, a plastic ball court, and a hard ball court at North Miami. 4 courts at Orbea's, and you had enough business to support all of that.
Yeah, people, money.
No, I remember working the counter at amateur, and I started working the counter at amateur when I was 16, I guess. No, 15. So that would have been 84. I was working the counter at North Miami. So you sew highlight balls, you clock people on and off the court. You have 3 courts, and you can have a maximum of 12 people on each court and a waiting list on Friday nights.
So there was, upwards of, well, we can do the math, 36, but upwards of 40 people out there plus waiting list.
50 people waiting to play highlight on a Friday and Saturday night.
That's awesome.
Oh, no, it was great. It was great. It was great. And there was as much, I was about to drop the S word, but there was as much crap talk then as there is as you see now. It's always had something to do with highlight. For those of you looking at Ben with his gyrating through the back wall, I don't, if the talk's not about him, he can't hear us right now.
No.
Only during the game, so he's just trying to distract us.
Well, the good thing is we got a video, so you guys don't have to watch Ben dancing anymore. It's going to explain Spectacular 9 scoring, which is the format for this 9th and final game. Take a look.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
We're talking about that mighty Ocho. Look at those numbers. Right on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. No repeated post 1. All those post 1 time. First time we've seen that. Probably the last time we're going to see that. That's pretty incredible there. But we've been talking about amateur. I think the fans are pretty intrigued by this conversation, Stu. Got someone asking about North Miami and how the school's going, even if it's picked up at all since we've started this program here at Magic City.
Not a school. People have learned to play there, but there's not a formal school. The way that it used to operate for comparison purposes, so the building was actually owned by the former World Jai-Alai, and there was a leaseback operation there. But they ran the school from 4 to 7 p.m. every day. I used to drive from Kendall when I was able to drive. Before my father would have to take me, but you drive from Kendall, which is South Dade, all the way up to North Miami after school to get there by 4 p.m. and you play for 3 hours. Yeah. You start off on rubber ball and move your way up. So there were 3 courts there. The physical building is still there. Now the only court that's left, for those of you who haven't been there, is the middle court, the plastic ball court. And once I got into management, I really didn't spend any time at amateur. So there are people, specifically Luis and a number of people who played at Calder last year, who have basically kept North Miami Amateur going. So there is one court there. Whether or not it's picked up any since this program has started, I think that the only pickup that it may have seen that had anything to do with Magic City was when we were training there. which was before we opened the court here. So that was January, February, March of 18.
Yeah.
And then there are a number of former professional players and some amateur players who are signed up for the U.S. National Highlight Championships, which we've, of course, had to delay because of COVID, who I saw practicing there, including my personal favorite backcourter, Fernandez, was out there. Anthony Torillo was is also spending some time out there. Troy Smith, of course. So
still get some active play. Still get some run.
Absolutely. Sure. No, there's no question about it. And it's always fun. I went one time with Matt. I went one time with Douglas. It was after we practiced, and he just wanted to go. And so we just like showed up, and they were like, everybody was very polite, but it's like, what are you guys doing here? And it's very open. You just walk in, sit down.
Just walk in. Can you?
Oh yeah, it's always been like one of those just like classically trashy places. It's always just like borderline. Do I want to eat something here, or don't I? You know, it's clean enough, but just clean enough to play highlight. You know, you have 50 different people spitting on the floor to get traction on their shoes. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Now that food talk, I saw people talking about the light there in the snack shack. That empanada talk the other day. They were like, you know what, we got to get Andrew his empanadas for his birthday. So that's the reason it's open.
There you go. All right. Let's move on from amateur talk to our last game for the first matinee here at Magic City, Game 9. A spectacular 9 superfecta match. This game is played in 9 points. Points will double after the first round of play, as always. Serving in the red shirt of post 1, we have Ben. Our first matchup has Ben serving to Anderluck. Good luck. Point 1. 1 first up on the board in our 9th game. That'll bring to the court the white shirt at post 3, Kubala. Point 3. 3 is serving now to the green shirt of post 4 in this matchup. We have Kubala serving to Carballo. Carballo charging the serve. Good catch by Kubala. Backhand. Caught by Carballo. Nice rebote save by Kubala. Carballo attacking it. Try to go outside, threw it in the middle of the court. That's a hard throw. Caught in the air by Carballo, and he scores on the costado. If there were 4 players on the court, that would have been split placement. But, nice throw. Point 4. Our next matchup has Carballo serving to Douglas. Catch on the forehand of Carballo. I don't think he could have gotten his back any harder against the sidewall. Forehand rebote by Carballo. Douglas looks for the rebote. Sidearm carom. Douglas read it, stopped it, returns the cortada to score. Well played by both players. Point 5. Douglas will now serve to the yellow shirt of post 6. Receiving, we have Bragley. Rebote, swing and a miss, midcourt, point 6. In this matchup, Bragley will serve to the pink shirt of post 7, Ron. Rebote left side by Bragley. Catch by Ron. He goes deep. Rebote comes way out. Point 7. Here now to complete the first round and receive, wearing the purple shirt of post 8, you have Bueno. Powerful backhand thrown by Ron will score. 0.7. That completes the first round of play. All matchups are worth double through the end of the game. First to return, post 2, Anderluck. Powerful forehand play to pass by Anderluck. Robote caught enough of the side wall to be a 2-all and scored. 0.7. Ron has 4 points. Here's post 1, Ben. Catch by Ron. Hard throw. Robote left side save by Ron. Catch by Ben. Point 1. Ben on the board with 3 points. Here's post 3, Kubala. Powerful backhand throw by Kubala. That's a good catch by Ben. This ball's going all the way out. Robote turned at the 4 line. Soft touch, not soft enough. Ben's there. Outside placement will score. 0.1. Ben on the board with 5 points, but remember 9 points need to win a superfecta game. Carballo receives. Green shirt of post 4. Carballo, beautiful backhand to the inside. Robote by Ben. Carballo takes the ball on the bounce. Hard throw, played to pass. Robote not playable, 0.4. Receiving black shirt of post 5, Douglas. Low, hard backhand by Douglas is going to score. 0.5. Douglas has 3 points. He serves the returning 6 post. In the yellow shirt, we have Bragley. Bragley from the forehand. Picata. Stopped on the forehand of Douglas. Hard throw to the inside. Bragley's looking for Robote. Makes the save. Clears the overhead screen. That's trouble. Not for Douglas. He stopped that on the forehand. Sends it back. Bragley with a good effort to try to make that Robote. Fine play by Douglas at the screen. 0.5. Douglas on the board with 5 points. Here's post 8. Bueno. Forehand Robote, played by Douglas. Douglas makes a great effort to make that Robote. Managed to keep his helmet on, too, and score. So kept the helmet on, scored, made the Robote. 3 good things. 0.5. Possible game point for Douglas, post 5. Trying to stop him. Anderluck. Catch by Douglas. Nice backhand. Chula scores for the win. Point and game black shirt of post 5, Douglas. No playoff here. 1 places, 7 shows, 4 takes the quad. 5-1, 7-4, the official order, unofficial order of finish. It's official. Coming in first, post 5, Douglas. Taking second, post 1, Ben. Coming in third, post 7, Ron. Taking the quad, post 4, Carballo. And we'll have your prices up in just a moment. I was just thinking about working at North Miami and having the food and beverage side of things there.
Yeah. Oh.
I know that we never got in trouble while I was working there, but they had the the fruit punch mixer. So you take this gallon of syrup, pour it in, and then get a hose, literally a garden hose, and you'd fill it up to the line, turn the thing on, and it would circulate, and that's how it would mix. And I think that there was fruit punch was one flavor, and it may have been lemonade.
Were they like the slushies?
No.
Just like
No. God forbid it would have been a slushie.
Oh.
No. It was just a gallon of high fructose corn syrup and water from the spigot.
Oh God.
Sold for like 75 cents or something like that. That was one of the responsibilities: sewing highlight balls, clocking people on court.
You really did it all.
And when someone wanted food, they got their food.
That was you. Yeah, we really have upped our food game here at Magic City. Doesn't compare to that. I saw people talking about the mac and cheese bites, which are phenomenal. Drink deals too. Yeah, you can eat here.
When we're open to the
drink.
public, in those non-pandemic times, food is great, prices are great. Nope, nothing doesn't cost anything to park, nothing to come in and sit. Let's read these prices because I'm starting to miss the public.
Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. Yeah.
10-cent super, 5-1-7-4. First, second, third, and fourth place finish, $32.66. Quinella, 1-5 or 5-1. That's first and second in any order, $29.40. Trifecta, 5-1-7, $208.60. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think we had hot dogs on rollers. I think we had pizza out of the freezer.
We got pizza here, hot dogs, right?
And I worked there before there was a microwave. I remember that. The microwave came later. Because then some of the rubber ball guys like, here, could you throw the rubber ball in the microwave just for a little bit? It's like if that was part of the equation.
It's like hockey.
So
they freeze the puck.
I just had someone else's food in here. Now let me put this highlight ball in here to warm it up just a bit.
A little pelota, yeah, seasoning. That's got to be it.
No, as far as an interesting part of Americana, there is no question that growing up in that environment or being a child at Orbea's. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on at Orbea's that a child probably shouldn't have been exposed to. Anyone who was there will remember what I'm talking about. But no, Orbea's was something else. But the quality of amateur highlight before a lot of these guys. Before there was a strike and there were replacement players, the quality of amateur highlight was really spectacular in the 70s and 80s, right up to 88. And then even those guys, when they were done, when they didn't get signed 3 contracts, a lot of them stopped playing amateur. Highlight's a funny thing that way. So we got an afternoon performance coming up at 4 o'clock, right?
We'll be back here 9 more
with a high five that is now.
Yeah, let's flip back here. Carry over for that high five, 23.98.40.
So we're looking over $4,000 this afternoon for the high five. For those of you who'd like to return to that, the play was actually pretty good today from beginning to end. Yep. We are going to continue to have those scratches. We'll read them out at the beginning of the next performance. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this Friday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on the Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon. We sincerely are glad that you chose to join us this afternoon. And we invite you and hope that you will join us again at 4 p.m. when we'll play 9 more action-packed games. We hope you enjoyed today's Jai-Alai action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai Channel and let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in the live chat. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City Jai-Alai, we thank you for joining us today and hope you'll join us again at 4 p.m., just about 2.5 hours away. So goodbye till we get to see you back here in just a little bit here at Magic City Jai-Alai.